Hey guys, so yeah, just starting my video, and I just want to say, uh, don't feel really amazing this morning. Um, I'm just really loaded with a couple of things. So yeah, as the topic of this video, suggests, I failed, right? So I'll just go to what that means. So jumping into my Fitbit activity. Um, These are my results. Um, yeah, this is basically this doesn't look good, right? So yes, I exceeded my floor goal, right, of 30. I exceeded my calorie goal, right, by roughly 500, right, almost 600. But the steps, right, this is something that, and obviously the miles, right, which has gotten like progressively worse. So And one of the reasons for that, not making an excuse, it has been raining here. In fact, there's actually heavy rain right now where I am. So, you know, as I'm recording this video, and yeah, I just don't feel good about it. Yeah, I did have some issues the day before, right, with my neck, and I was like, all right, let's see if I can go into the gym. I feel like the way that my neck felt. Um, Yesterday, right? So today's the 25th. On the 23rd, my neck was just killing me. There was no way possible. But I'll be honest, yesterday, I mean, there was still a bit of pain, but I can still move my neck, right, without too much pain and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just feel really horrible. I decided to um, Yeah, biggest mistake that I made was I was actually on a call, and that call ended up being like a really long call. It was like two and a like 2 hours and like 15 minutes, and it was just such a gross, just misuse of time and just really bad time management. So I definitely put that into my regret log. Um, the conversation was definitely productive, um, but something that I believe I've mentioned, if not, I'll mention now. Like, I do sometimes have a problem with kind of like talking too much, right? It's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep, a goal in mind, right? Just having these videos be under 10 minutes. So, yeah, but the conversation was very productive. It was about me starting a new business venture, right, with someone, and um, this person as well as myself, right, were pretty excited about the prospects of this venture, and both this person and myself throughout the conversation would say, hey, let's definitely talk about this in an office. But either him or me, after an amazing point was made, would want to follow up, and so yeah, just really bad time management. I should have just stepped in definitely at the 1 hour mark and said, hey, let's definitely table this because we're going over an hour, and just let's talk about this in person or set up some time. So that resulted in me missing my movie, right? So something that you guys will definitely be aware of is I have the AMC A-list pass, and it enables you to see 3 movies per week, and I believe it resets every Thursday, right? So I see a movie once every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's sort of something that I do to recharge. So, I don't really have Netflix or anything like that. In fact, the only thing I have is I think Prime, and that's only because of my Amazon membership. And I get cool little stuff like Audible discounts or whatever, or I don't know. I just know that Amazon's really important to me for obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't watch. I really don't have time to watch entertainment or home entertainment, right? So those opportunities that I have on the weekend to kind of like recharge, right? Like, because I'm studying most of the time, I'm not talking to anyone, I'm very isolated in my room, um, and so it's just a nice opportunity for me to get out of the house and just do something, right? Um, Especially on those days. So yeah, and then because of that, I had a movie set for 7 p.m. I had to reschedule and basically go to a movie that was like at 8:30. So yeah, yeah, it just compounded, right? I mean, I made it to the theater like around 8. There was an 8 showing, but you know, there was a bit of a mix up there, and so I ended up wasting an additional 30 minutes. Um, yeah, and yeah, it just yeah, and it gets even worse, right? Like, I got out of the movie, realized, holy moly, it's like 10:41, like 10:40. I need to, it was raining, and I took an Uber to the movie theater, but I was just like, after the movie was done, it was still raining, and I just said, holy moly, I only have 10,000 steps. How in the hell am I going to meet my 15,000 step goal? And so I just walked in the rain from the movie theater to my house. That still wasn't enough. I had to, um, you know, I yeah. So I just got on a treadmill, and because of my weight, I try not to run on treadmills. I try not to run at all, right? Until I reach a certain weight threshold, because that's really bad on my ankles and knees, right? But I was just like, in my head, I was just like, I can't give up. I can't give up, right? Like, I have to, I have to make this 15,000. I have to make it. And so I ended up being like roughly like 2,500 steps away from hitting 15. But when I was on that treadmill, the only thing I could think about was just, goodness gracious, right? Like if I were to just manage my time more effectively, I could have made 15,000 steps. I'm just thinking about all the time that I wasted today. Sorry, not today, but yesterday. And yeah, it does not feel good. I feel like I disappoint myself. I disappointed everyone else, and yeah, um, it doesn't feel good. So I definitely have to, as a solution, I actually made a rule, right, that any conversation that goes over 30 minutes, it needs to be a virtual or in-person meeting. There is no reason to have a 30-minute phone call at all. A social one, a business one, there is no reason to go over 30 minutes at all, ever, right? And so this kind of like indicates, right, what I was doing. I mean, I hit some cardio, right? I mean, despite not having as many steps as yesterday, right? I mean, I burned just as many, or if not a little more, calories than I did. And by yesterday, I'm referring to the 23rd, right? So the 24th, yeah, the 24th, I burned a lot of calories because again, right, I wasn't just like walking or anything. I was actually running quite a bit, and so in fact, you can see some of this activity. It was just that's my heart rate and me walking right from the gym back to my place, and disappointment. And even this morning, right? Before I go into this morning, yeah. So I burned. Yeah, I even burned more calories despite having less steps, right? And that's mostly. I mean, it's not that much of a difference, right? But yeah, or that's 20. Yeah, 23rd and then the 24th. Yeah, so roughly 4,000 calories. Um, yeah, so just yeah, it doesn't feel good, and I even wasted quite a bit of time this morning. I was so exhausted that I slept through my alarm, which doesn't happen like at all. Like it's very rare that it happens, and so yeah, guys, the wake up time wasn't met. The wake goal, the steps goal wasn't met. So I feel horrible, but already established solutions, and I'm looking forward to the next video and the next day for improvement.